Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our 75th anniversary celebration. As the video just pointed out, the Association for Computing Machinery has been around since the days when computers really did fill entire rooms. You see, we were there from the beginning. ACM began with only 52 dues-paying members, a mere fraction of you assembled here this morning. Today, however, we number over 100,000 members from all over the world who serve a thriving profession comprised of millions of computer scientists, researchers, engineers, and teachers worldwide. And, as we have always done, we continue to make a difference. Our members before you yourselves, and those members yet to come, have had an extraordinary impact on what is the most influential revolution in modern times, the digital revolution, one whose impact on society has scarcely begun to be measured and understood. And that is why all of us have much to do. As I said in a recent letter to you, our mission is to solve tomorrow. Since our founding on September 15, 1947, we have been constantly refining what computing can do, with an eye also on how computing should do it. We are all key parts of an organization that provides the resources, communications, information, and tools to advance computing as a science and profession. So, to all of us I say, happy 75th anniversary ACM. And as all of us together continue on our mission to solve tomorrow, may we have many more anniversaries to come. Now, how best might we celebrate this occasion? For me, an anniversary is a happy time, but also an opportunity for reflection. We just had a brief look at our history, so what better way to continue our celebration than to look ahead and reflect now on the future? To tell you more about this, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the program chair of our 75th celebration, Jennifer Chayes, Associate Provost of the Division of Computing, Data Science and Society, and Dean of the School of Information at the University of California, Berkeley. Jennifer.
Thank you, Gabriele. So, good morning to all of you. Now about the tomorrow that is our mission to solve. As you well know, computing has become our primary means of communication and interaction, both with the physical world and with public platforms, from education to business to accessing services throughout our society and around the world. We now depend on computing platforms to the extent that we simply cannot do without them. Clearly, there is an inherent risk in this dependence. We've seen vast opportunities and benefits from computing, but we've also seen increased challenges and concerns as new solutions are developed and used widely. The question before us today is what comes next? We've asked leading researchers to share their thoughts on how the computing they are working on right now will affect society tomorrow. Our distinguished program committee selected today's discussion topics and recommended the experts best qualified to reflect on them. So now let me introduce the program committee. Fran Berman from the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, Sue DeMay Microsoft Research, Deborah Estrin, Cornell University, Jim Hendler, Rensselaer Polytech, Mike Jordan, University of California, Berkeley, Butler Lamson, Microsoft and MIT, and Valerie Taylor, Argonne National Laboratory, and the Center for Minorities and People with Disabilities in IT. Please give our ACM 75th Program Committee a round of applause. Now for a brief introduction to today's panels. Since we've come to rely on computers for just about everything, can we really trust them? Our first panel will discuss trust and risk and will be moderated by Stefan Savage of the University of California, San Diego. In the second panel, Incentives and Markets, moderated by Kevin Leighton Brown of the University of British Columbia, panelists will examine incentives, intentional and unintentional, and the role they play in the marketplace. Panelists in the third discussion, moderated by Charles Isbell of Georgia Tech, will consider an important question as everything and everyone everywhere becomes more connected. What could possibly go wrong? The fourth panel, moderated by Jitendra Malik of the University of California, Berkeley, will consider how we move forward beyond the potential of artificial intelligence in ways that keep AI human-centered. In a world beset by urgent challenges from biomedicine to climate change, how can computer scientists fully address them? Our last panel, moderated by Jim Hendler of RPI, will examine global impact.